I don't know who you are. So if you take everything that I say offensively, that's you. I mean, when you say dumb stuff, don't I have the right to say that you're dumb? If you say that the earth is flat, am I supposed to respect you? Am I supposed to give you respect for free? To me, dude, respect is fucking earned. When you say something coherent, cogent, competent, yeah, I'll give you some respect. But when you say dumb shit like, I like going slower, I hate flying in WoW, I want to go as slowly as possible when farming. Do you understand that Papal Fez? I don't know. Let me see if it's in the loot table here. It's probably not. But there's an add-on called All the Things. I don't think it's going to show it. I disabled the add-on for now because it's stuttering and it's hitching. But Papal Fez is a BOE cloth helm that drops here, right? It's one of the items I'm going after. It's worth about 1.5 million gold. I'm trying to farm it. That's one of the things I'm farming. And I've run like 300 times so far this dungeon, and I have not seen it drop. Now, I've seen it once on the auction house. I have the gold to buy it, but I'm not sure I want to. I think I'll wait a little bit more. I'm not that eager to spend 1.5 million gold on a helm, and I'm not even a cloth wearer. But I'm a collector, so I want to collect it eventually, whether or not I farm it myself or I buy it. But there's other stuff I want here, so I have to farm this place. Now, if you're a collector, you have to farm this place or farm any dungeon you want to go collect stuff from. The stuff is not just going to appear in your bags. You got to go out there and farm it. Now, there's a lot of ways to farm. Most people, I have to tell you, on YouTube are wrong. They go in, and then they just body pull everything all the way to the end of the dungeon, and then they press one button, and they kill it all with one button. I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but that is the wrong way to do it. One reason is because when they're running, they're getting stunned, they're getting rooted, they're getting silenced. They're getting their asses kicked in a low-level dungeon. I think that's hilarious. I go in guns blazing, dude. I kill the enemies where they stand. I think I'm pretty efficient. I think I'm pretty fast. I don't think there's a lot of people as fast as I am. I've been challenging people. I want people to be faster. I want people to show more tricks and efficiencies and macros and whatever. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to hang around Ultimate for the next 5 years. I want to do other stuff in this game. So I just want to collect, and I don't want this to take forever. That change is going to make this worse if they keep going this way. I want to run this place fast, okay? I like the game. I want to collect stuff. But I also don't want to be here the rest of my life in one dungeon.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up? Hey, did you want me to mute it so nobody hears you?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
It's all right?
Yeah, okay. It's all good.
Yeah, so which one are you on the forums? You one of the guys?
I'm Metro. I think I replied pretty early.
So basically, what were you saying? Were you saying you're dumb? Your teeth are bucked?
No, certainly not. It's funny though, okay. But I'll tell you a quick little story about why I'm in here. I was the person who commented that you had actually replied to one of my videos a long time ago, and I thought it was
yeah, I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I'm not.
You have to remind me, dude. I talked to so many people.
I know. I could tell. So I'm actually pretty interested in this whole situation then, because it's a very similar comment line that you left. This was like 5 years ago. So the fact that you managed
you remembered my name from that long?
I do, because it was very specific. You wanted me to get into like the voice chat and talk about these things, and I was just like, what is going on here? So I was very interested.
I think that's pretty fucking normal. I don't know.
I think you're I've been doing YouTube a long time. You're the only person who's ever challenged person to get into voice-comm to talk to them about it.
Okay, but I know it's weird and it's socially awkward, I guess, because a lot of people are just afraid of I don't know what it is, but I'm not trying to just don't worry about it. I'm not a weirdo or anything. When I see people say shit that pisses me off, I'm sorry. I just wish the internet was set up where I can push a button and I can instantly be talking to the guy. You know?
Oh yeah, I completely agree. I understand that.
It's sort of like the internet version of grabbing somebody a fistful of their shirt.
You're right. That's a well said thing. Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of people hide behind the anonymity, so it's probably a good thing.
Yeah, so go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off. You just remind me.
Well, anyway, so I was just when I saw this, I didn't even know what happened, and you actually saw your video on the personal loot thing a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it was something completely different when I clicked it. So I was actually surprised to learn this happens, because this is not something that I do in the game. So I'm interested in hearing what level of play do you why do you do this so often that this has you so riled up? Because it's new.
Well, this kind of happened recently, dude. I was just, I browse YouTube sometimes and I watch other people because it's a good way to learn, right? You see what other people do. I came across a guy on YouTube named Student Albatross. He has a lot of views. He has a lot of subscribers. I found out he streams. So I watched some of his videos, and I thought they were pretty interesting because he actually farms dungeons. He farms low-level dungeons. His videos are kind of clickbaity, you know, like, oh, 10,000 gold per hour, even though it's mostly bullshit. He's one of the, I guess, more legitimate people. He's not totally offensive in everything he says. There's some merit to what his claims. So, you know, I was openly listening to him and watching his stuff. And I kept seeing in all his videos, he kept playing a monk and a druid, and he just always kept these two classes, and he always played a certain way. And I as a hunter since 2005, 2006, I just watched the way he played, and I just knew I could do better. And I was like, I mean, I thought this guy was an expert, and this guy's going fucking slow in these dungeons. I mean, he's doing them, so he's not botting, which is good. So he's like helping people make videos about farming, making gold, but he's doing it so slowly and inefficiently. I just thought, what kind of expert can he be? He's been doing it so long. So I jumped on his stream one day and I saw him, and I asked him straight out, like everybody's on my stream just talking. I said, why do you play a monk, you know, and instead of a hunter? And he goes, and he started listing off the reasons. Like, one of the reasons was they got the fucking, he speaks with an accent. He's not American, but he's talking about their pulling power. He's talking about their Zen pilgrimage, so they can port out of dungeons to reset it, which is exactly the same thing as right now. But the Proving Grounds trick is the same as that. Druids and monks have that ability by default. The druid is Dreamwalk. When you port to the Dreamwalk thing or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Are you familiar?
Yeah, I know all about it.
So when you're like, let's say you're in Dire Maul, in a dungeon, and then you're on your druid and you port to your Dreamwalk, you'll go to the Emerald Night or Emerald Dream or whatever that is, and then you push the button again a minute later when the cooldown's off. You'll go right back outside of Dire Maul, wherever you were. So it's a good, efficient way to farm, kind of. The only problem is it's a minute cooldown. The Proving Grounds trick was the same as that. So, you know, Proving Grounds to me is a better option. So anyway, when I asked him, he started saying things like, I'd never do it with a hunter. Holy shit. Like, he was insulting. Dude, when you insult my class and I know how good they are, my jaws are going to tighten up. So that's what happened. I started promoting hunters and saying, dude, no. He said Proving Grounds is fucking dog shit. That's an exact quote. I have the video. He started saying all this egregious, fucking wrong crap. So I started getting more and more pissed as he was just insulting the crap out of my class. So anyway, I said in the chat, I said, okay, I'm going to go make a hunter video. Right when I said that, I was banned from Twitch, from his Twitch channel. What the fuck? I don't ban people for saying I'm going to go make a video. So I thought that was really offensive right there. And being a turd that won't flush, I mean, people will try to flush me. I'll spin around the bowl and make more skid marks. You're not going to flush me. I'm going to say what I fucking want, and you're going to hear it. So that's the way, I guess it's fucking hard-headed, arrogant, whatever. But I don't like people spreading misinformation, spewing this nonsense, and getting away with it. Nope, I'm not going to let people get away with it. So I did. I went and made videos. I called them Student versus Albatross. Student Albatross versus Painbow, Ultimate Edition. Student versus Painbow, Blackrock Depths Edition. I made all these different editions of different dungeons of me destroying him in efficiency. Destroying, dude. And I kept going back to his channel. I was whispering his viewers saying, this guy is dumb. I mean, he doesn't know anything. So I was linking my videos, and everybody's getting pissed at me, which is why they downvote him. I don't give a shit. I just wanted to enlighten them about hunters. So I started going hardcore at this crap and started really getting good. Just as of recently. And I started realizing that I'm not just doing this for gold. I want the Transmog. So kind of a collector. And if you're a collector, you got to go get the stuff, or you got to buy it if you're rich. I mean, so I started using all the methods I know of, using macros and add-ons to block gray loot from entering my bags so I can go more runs without having to stop and empty my bags out. I was doing all these things to improve my efficiency. And so basically that's how I got started. And then I realized just how much bad information is out there. I never used Adobe Premiere before to edit videos. In the last two or three videos, I started using it so I can edit things in and cut in clips at certain times, and just not to become a popular person. I don't want to become that, but I just want to give people accurate information. And I think the best way to show somebody the truth about something is you shove video evidence in their face using the heel of your hand. You're not going to deny it, weirdo. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my personality, dude. It's like it's sort of like a Carl Sagan science. The Earth isn't fucking flat, you weirdo, kind of mentality. It's fucking round. Here it is. And I'm using the heel of my hand. So I kept doing that, and he gave up. He didn't insult hunters anymore, but he also at the same time, he didn't recognize them or give them any credit. I guess he doesn't know much about hunting. He basically is a shill. He's doing it for money. He doesn't really give a shit about farming or efficiency or improving in any way. I do. I'll talk to people. I want to get better at this, you know. I want to learn new tricks or whatever. So that Proving Grounds trick was awesome. So what was your question about my video? Or
it was
basically
more of
collecting.
Like, yeah, like what led you to take this so serious, I guess is my question. That was
well, do you know what the goblins say? Time is money,
friend.
Time
is money, sure. But so like what in terms of World of Warcraft in general, is this like your main focus in the game, farming gold and collecting these
No, I guess I have a sentimental attachment. I've been playing since like 2000. I'm more of the type of person that I say one powerful character is scientifically superior to 5 average alts. So I try to focus on one main powerful character rather than, you know, having 5 just average alts that I play. So my hunter is my main, and I do everything I can to make him better, get him. I'm a big collector, so I want many trinkets, many tools, utility, portals. I've got those Boots of the Bay. Those Boots of the Bay are fucking awesome, dude. I know it's a 24-hour cooldown, but it'll port you right to Booty Bay.
No, that is cool. I didn't even know about those.
I'm an engineer, so I can port to all these different places, including Argus now. Excuse me. Dire Brews Remote, which ports you right to BRD once an hour. I have the Blessed Medallion of Caribor, which will port you every 15 minutes to Black Temple and Outlands. I mean, I love that kind of utility. I want one character to have all this stuff. I have every BM legendary you can get, and if you put them together right, you can be really fast in dungeons. So, I mean, I hope that answers your question. I mean, I'm basically, like, if you hit Shift P and you go to your appearance tab, I mean, do you have a lot of appearances? Are you trying to collect more? Are you done? Are you satisfied? Are you satiated with your appearance tab?
Yeah, there was a time, like especially prior to Legion, I was interested in achievements and collection and stuff like that for sure. But now that Legion, there's just so much to do in it. I just can't find time for this. So that's kind of why I was so surprised to see, like, you were so reacting so strongly to this. Because from my point of view, first of all, like I said, I did not even know that these changes occurred until I saw you talk about them twice now. But from my point of view, it kind of tells me that they're doing something with older expansions in the future, because they wouldn't just make these changes randomly. If from my perspective, I don't see why they would. Especially the personal. Why do you
think I'm farming right now, man? I want to get this crap done before they take more away from us, and it becomes even harder to farm.
It's true. Yeah.
You never know what Blizzard's going to do. So, you know, that's the thing about what pisses me off about that fucking company is that Game Design 101, never take anything away from the player without a really good reason. They are constantly violating that. I mean, dude, Goblin Gliders. You know Goblin Gliders?
Yeah, of course.
So you can't use them in dungeons anymore, even old dungeons like this, even though they were fucking awesome to use.
I agree, they were fucking awesome, but they were way too overpowered in 5-mans and challenge modes that mattered.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Disable them in mythic bosses or whatever. Fine. Why disable them everywhere, you lazy fucking faggots?
It's true. I do agree it is lazy. I don't know how easy that is.
Like, it's fun, man. It's not, you're not like running Old Maraudern, and actually there was a really awesome, totally satisfying place to use a glider, and that is in Old. Just before the second to the last boss, you can Goblin Glide. You know, with all the stained glass.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
That area where the stairs are all kind of shattered as down. If you Goblin Glide right there, you can Goblin Glide so beautifully that you almost touch the floor with your glider, but you just pass over it. And you basically glide right to the fucking boss's feet. It was so goddamn fun and satisfying. And they just go and take that away from us. Oh, God.
That's pretty interesting. Because the reason I find that... Sorry, let me just... The reason I find that so interesting is because I think, like, you are an immense minority in the game right now. And obviously there's other people who like farming.
Wait a minute. Other people farm Transmog, right?
Right, but not so like efficiently. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's a lot of people that are worried about it.
I would think that most people want to be. I mean, because everybody I've ever talked to loves bear tartare, the food, right? You know
of course. Yep.
Okay, I can't. What, do they just stop there? That's it? That's where they stop. That's the efficiency. That's all they want. They don't want to. I mean, just think about how many times you have to run these dungeons to get some of this gear. You're gonna be here a while, man. Pack a fucking suitcase and a lunch, and a tent. You're gonna fucking be chilling here a long time, dude. Yeah. I've been here 300 times in the past month or two, and I have not got any of the really rare items that supposedly drop here. You know why? Because only like 5 of the mobs in the dungeon have a potential to drop the items I want, because they're level 40. They have to be level 40 in this dungeon to get that stuff.
Interesting.
And it's you know, it's kind of a wide-ranging subject, because you can come here and only farm those guys, but there's part of a problem. You'll hit that dungeon limit really fast, 10 per hour.
Oh, right, 10 per hour, yeah. So
you can be really fast and only kill the bosses that you really want to get transmog from, or you can kind of average it out to like 5 or 6 minutes a run and have a chance of getting other BOE items that you could potentially sell and make gold on in the auction house, and kind of keep a nice flow. Got some time. You know, there's a lot of ways you can run it, you know, but I think whenever I run it, I want to kind of be efficient.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I totally understand your point of view.
I mean, you have to understand, there's a reason why people don't play mostly DKs when they want to go fast.
Well, it's actually interesting that you bring that up. That's the class I play, and yeah, obviously they're not nearly as fast as Hunter or Monk or other classes we discussed, but are you aware of the Agrimar Stride legendary?
No.
Okay, so it's legendary boots, wholly useless. Everybody pans it because all it does is increases your speed based on how much of one stat you have. So what people have done is they've put together sets of like pure single stat gear with as much tertiary stat speed on it, and a couple different items in the game that actually increase your speed, like Baron Rivendare's sword, and it will make you. Oh yeah, cool. It'll make you run mount speed while in anything. But
yep. Of course, well, here's the thing, though. Here's the caveat that you're not mentioning. It's not always about speed, though. It's also about your abilities and your tools. Do you have the right tools to be able to efficiently kill mobs quickly without running out of resources? I've noticed I've come here on my rogue, and he's like out of energy in 2 hits. Like,
yeah, interesting. I'm not sure. I've never tried it, but
yeah, I've tried different classes. I've talked to druids. There's a druid I talked to who was really fucking competent. He's basically like a druid version of my hunt, and he had the legendary chest and I think bracers for his feral, and that makes his rash ability like 50 yards. It's seriously insane.
Very strong.
And then he showed me all these kind of like you know, speed increases and cooldown resets on his dash and all that stuff, whatever. But we compared it. We went outside and we farmed some random things, and I kicked his ass, and he even admitted to it. He said, yeah, I can't keep up with you.
No, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm not saying that. My claim has been lately that hunters are the best farming class in the game. I've watched tons of YouTube videos, and I don't ever see anybody saying, yeah, if you want to farm this crap, you want to go in and get some, bring a hunter. They're the best. I never hear anybody say that. So, like, I guess part of it, part of my motivation is to get rid of the turd throwing towards hunters. I mean, we got a really bad reputation, apparently.
Well, I think perhaps it's more that people are just doing it on whatever class they're most attached to, you know? It's not something that needs to be like, you don't need to like designate.
I mentioned that in my video because that student guy said, oh, you can pretty much farm on any class you want days. Yeah, sure, but your experience is going to be different. I don't know of a DK that has slow fall. Slow fall, believe it or not, can be useful because we don't have gliders in dungeons anymore. There is an alternative. You can use slow fall. And hunters can disengage and slow fall at the same time. That's almost a glider.
Yeah, that's
almost
useful,
a fucking glider. And that can get you past big chasms like an AQ 20 when you're resetting and killing trash. Yeah, you don't. Every video I've seen is everybody says, all right, so here's where you jump down to the water. Be careful because if you go a little bit left, you'll die. Fall damage. Yeah, it's true, but hunters just disengage and slow fall past it all.
Have you tried Demon Hunter, though?
Yeah, Demon Hunters, yeah, that's an advantage that they've got. But the thing about Demon Hunters is that they're fast, but I don't know if their moveset can keep up with me. I've challenged them. If you know a good Demon Hunter, tell them to mimic my Uldaman run, 100% full clear in under 4 minutes and 30 seconds, or around that time. It's a full 100% clear. It's not just a couple bosses. It's the thing.
And the challenge of that is killing the mobs as they are. Is that what you?
That's what I do. And you can use any strategy you want, but the thing about dragging them and doing that stupid body pull crap is that you get stunned, you get rooted, you get your ass kicked, man. And I think that's weird. I never got that. And I never understood how people can go in a low-level dungeon and get their asses handed to them and be happy with it. I go in guns blazing, like I said. So what's the problem? I mean, what did I say? I must have said something that really pissed you off because you.
Oh no, I'm not pissed off at all. I just wanted to hear more about why.
Well, tell me what I said so I can at least articulate the reason why I said.
Well, like I said, I was just these were new topics to me, especially in Legion with so much to do at.
So you made a video about farming?
No.
You made a video about.
I don't remember pandas. Like this 5 year ago thing. I don't even remember what the video was. I tried to find it this morning, but I couldn't, and I just distinctly remember your. You insulted the way I spoke, and you said something about like whatever I was talking about in the video as being wrong, and I was like, it's not wrong. I obviously retorted, and you're like, just get in Discord, or there was no Discord at the time, obviously, but just get in all these voice comms or whatever. And I just like I'll never forget that as long as I live, and I'll of course remember your YouTube icon, which is like Arnold Schwarzenegger with like a lemon pop or some shit like that in his mouth. So I thought that was.
Are you looking at the stream right now?
Yes. Yeah.
Check it out. This is what it is. But it's not animated like it's supposed to be.
Oh, right.
When it's animated, it's way better. It's a carrot. And he's
a carrot. That's funny. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, I remembered that. So, like, my first response to this was that it was, obviously aggression, as everybody does on the internet.
Well, dude, I only want to talk to people that say really wrong crap and they stand by it or.
Okay, good. Well, I want to just one more thing. Then I want to bring this up.
Yeah.
So, this same problem affects me at max level 2, and you may not realize this, but the personal looting thing is a serious problem that the game has in terms of soloing, and it's seeming to infect everywhere now, especially that it's affecting people at the classic dungeons too. When I solo like High Mythic Plus on my Blood DK, and I spend 2 hours plus in there, and you get to the end, and you only have one chance at loot. There's not like the box, like when you complete a plus 15, it's supposed to have 3 pieces of loot at it, 1 for 3 people. That's the way they average it out. But because I'm alone, I don't get the other people's credit, you know?
Yep.
And it's fucked. It's completely fucked. And it's the same way for mounts, like the Nightbane run in Karazhan. I soloed that. You get to the end, and you don't have a chance at Nightbane. You basically won't get it when you're alone.
There's a Atlanticore Spawnling Pet in UBRS. In Heroic, I think, Heroic. So if you go in there right now, if you're by yourself, somebody posted the actual stats. Like if you're by yourself, it has like a 15% chance of dropping, and if you got 2 or 3 people in the group tagged it, then the chances increase a little bit higher that one person is going to get it. It's like terrible. So we're getting less loot for the same effort, man.
Yeah, it's horrible.
People are okay with it.
And I don't know how you fix it. What do you think? How do you fix this?
Luckily, this change for personal loot was only vanilla dungeon. It's not the same in Burning Crusade dungeons, Wrath of Lich King, Cataclysm, and Mists of Pandaria. So the best thing for me, when you're in group loot and you run a dungeon and that loot window pops up, I push one macro and I disenchant it. No confirmation, no cast bar. It's fast. It's very fast disenchanting. Best thing about group loot for me as an enchanter. But there's a couple places where personal loot is forced, but you can actually unlock group loot. There's a couple places. Siege of Orgrimmar. That's one place.
Right.
Because that's kind of where it started, I think, where the whole personal loot stuff kind of started, I think.
Yeah, that was like right after that. Because I did some stuff like
a lot of people don't know.
Onward.
A lot of people go into Siege of Orgrimmar right now, and they don't realize that even if I invited you to my group right now and I went and ran Siege of Orgrimmar, it'd be on personal loot.
Oh, really? You can't change it?
Yeah, there is one way to change it, but it's kind of like there's no mention about it anywhere in the interface or anywhere I know of. It's like people know about it, but it's not easy to find. You have to you could be solo, but you have to start a group in the pre-made group, like custom, start a group, name it anything. Then you have to right-click your portrait, set it to a raid. It can't be party. You have to go to raid. Then once you set it to raid, then you can change it to group.
Interesting.
And it's actually group loot. You're by yourself, but you're getting 6 or 7 items.
Interesting.
That's Siege of Orgrimmar. That's also what else? Look, That's basically all the dungeons after that, up until
WAD and onward, right?
Yeah, WAD too, because WAD is on personal loot as well, unless you do that method. You have to start a pre-made group, and then the thing is that if the dungeon's taking you a while, you should open up that pre-made window and just rename your group to something else, and then hit done or edit changes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you don't refresh it in some way, it'll drop off the pre-made and go back to personal loot.
But so, like, in terms of, like, because you said it's only classic right now, but surely this means they're going to cascade this onward. And...
it looks terrible, man. We're getting less loot. It's just a pain in the ass. Yeah, it looks like you're going... That's why I make it... They banned my account on the forums. I can't even post there anymore.
Were you challenging people to get in Discord?
Yep. No, it's not that. It's that I'm making videos about this shit, and I'm making them look dumb. I'm Look at, like... They're doing this. This isn't even documented. It was an undocumented change.
I know. That's the thing that's surprising to me as well. And that's
Dude,
why.
Really, I know what the problem is. They're hiring friends and family. They're not hiring game developers. That's a problem. It's nepotism. They're hiring friends and family that they like that don't fit the goddamn job description, and they're hiring. You know, Ian Hazukosis. He's the game director.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
Oh yeah, I know. He was a. You know who he was before he was a game director? He was the GM of the best guild in World of Warcraft.
It's on my realm. I know some of the guildies in there.
Oh,
I'm
sweet.
friends with. Yeah. But, yeah, he might have been a raider and all that stuff, but the guy's not a game developer. The guy's got no. Like, I don't think a lot of Blizzard people right now know what fun is anymore.
It's interesting you say that, but because you're not wrong. Like, from the perspective of a level 110 going and clearing Uldaman, but. Like, I think they have a different plan for this. Like I said, I think you're in this intense minority where obviously there's hundreds of people who do this, but what they're trying to do is fix the early game content. And for some reason, they believe that personal loot is the way forward. Like I said, even at max, there's no way to change it in dungeons. It completely fucks people soloing. But if I told this to Blizzard, they would say, yeah, but we don't want you soloing that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's what they're after with this. But I don't know. There's got to be a way to fix it where this is the default.
Yeah, well, what do you mean? How can they? How could it? I wouldn't expect them to say that because there's a fucking appearance tab showing you which pieces you're missing and where to get them.
No, like, I mean, you're like they wouldn't say that to you. They would say that to me, like soloing Mythic Plus. You know, like that's not the intended. Well, you're not supposed to be doing that. They don't care if I'm doing it and getting less loot because I'm not doing it the way it's supposed to be. So I think what they're trying to
the current stuff, yeah.
They're trying to they're trying to make that relevant for you as well, because what I think they're going to do is they're going to make every dungeon in the game scale up. This is what I've been getting at the whole time. Like, I think the reason they made this change is because 8.0 is going to be a full revamp of how leveling works, and every dungeon in the game is going to scale up. So that's why they're putting personal loot in it now.
That fucking bothers me, dude.
Yeah, I can tell.
I thought everybody understood. I've been watching BlizzCon videos from 2010, 2009, 2008. I've been watching them over the past few days here, and like the first 4 BlizzCons or so, they were happy to fucking give us overpowering shit. They were happy to do it. Now they're really careful. Do you understand that when Legion came out and the Demon Hunter was being talked about, they have those Q&A sessions on Twitch. Blizzard does. They actually fucking said, oh, God, I'm looking right at the ceiling right now. They said that we're going to be watching we're going to have a very close eye on the Demon Hunter, seeing if people are getting around in places where they shouldn't go. How about letting us have fun and stop eyeballing us? Bags.
I mean, again, you're right for what you're doing, but for what I'm doing, it's completely like they need to do that because there was so many things in WoD challenge modes and WoD raids that if you had a Demon Hunter in, they would completely break the whole system, you know? So it's like, I don't know if they could separate it in a way that they can make you happy and make like serious like raiders and dungeoners happy, you know?
What about group loot?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think what they're doing with group loot is they're trying to make personal loot the way forward for everybody who is doing dungeons, and that's why they did it for this. Like, I don't think like being able to switch to group loot is the answer that they're looking for. I think they want to have something else come in place, but I don't know what it is, and that's why I was hoping maybe.
Well, here's the thing: do you kind of know the history about soloing content?
Yeah, I've been soloing stuff since like TBC.
I remember when hunters went in Steam vaults and crap like that. Hunters would get up on top of places and they would send their pet a certain way, and they would they would have their pet get aggro on a boss or something, and then they would somehow maneuver their pet to and from certain places, so it would make the boss go all the way around path So we'd have all this time to hit the boss, but it would take him a long time. So the boss would have to go around all another way, and he'd have a shortcut with his pet going, you know, from A to B, where the boss had to go in some whole other direction. So they would do things like that, but it would take them probably the same amount of time it takes you to kill a boss.
Right.
In there. And so they would get full rewards for it before, though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That, like, back in, people used to solo tribute runs in Dire Mall North to get, like, buffs for their friends. And it would take like a half hour, and I was like, dude, just put a fucking group together. And they were like, no, I'd rather solo. It's more badass, you know. So it's like, yeah, I totally understand that. That's what's led me to doing what I'm doing as well in my DK. But it just feels like they don't want it to be incentivized. Is what I'm trying to say. Like they want people playing together. Sure.
If you had 2 other accounts and you had a 110 on each of them, and you walked in the dungeon with you while you're soloing, you just had them sit at the entrance. Yeah. Would the loot increase?
Yeah, it would.
Just from them sitting in the entrance?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, it would. Just because it's like per person, there's this chance, right? So if like you complete a 15...
Would you personally get more loot, or would like...
The 3 characters would all get a piece, and then I'd be able to trade it to the character that I wanted to have it, essentially, you know? Like I would make 2 other Death Knights, and then that would...
I've been the Mythic Plus quite a few times, but I guess I haven't really paid attention. I never tried soloing it, but... do the bosses and mobs actually upscale in their health? Probably not, right? Like if you add more people?
No, they don't change at all, no.
Okay, so you go in there 4, they'll have the same amount of health.
Exactly, that's correct, yes.
Okay. So yeah, if you just had basically dummies sitting there, empty...
It's interesting, corpses. Yeah. That would actually be a very good way of getting around this, you're right.
Well, I was actually doing that today. I have I have 3 other accounts, but I'm only using 2 of them. I had my warrior with me in... what is it? Can't even think. I've been up for a while. Blackwing Lair. And I can't wear maces on my hunter, but I want all the transmogs, so I brought my warrior, which is on the second account. Same battle net, but second account. So if like a warrior, like a wrath piece dropped from my warrior, I'd get the transmog, and if any mace dropped, I'd also get it. Whereas if I just went with my hunter, I wouldn't have a chance to even use the mace or learn that appearance because I can't wear maces.
Okay, so that's the big problem. You can't even get certain pieces now because of personal loot, right?
Well, no. What I mean is that certain classes wear different types of armor. Like hunters can wear pole. We can equip one-handed axes, one-handed swords, daggers, fist weapons, and all that. But we can't equip maces, 1- or 2-handed maces. Paladins, I think, can, and I think druids. So I wanted to take an alt that can actually wear maces. So I brought my warrior with me. But I'm talking in terms of personal loot. Now, I don't think there's anything you could do if you're soloing this stuff. So right. I'm not too... There's only a couple reasons why it pisses me off. One is it makes disenchanting unfucking bearable. It takes almost a minute of just straight disenchanting stuff at the end of a run now, whereas I could do it on the fly. Do you understand what on the fly means? That means I could do it while I'm running the dungeon. I could disenchant stuff because of that group loot window. Group loot window pops up. You have 3 options: need, greed, disenchant. Right?
Yeah.
Have you pressed disenchant?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You get a dialogue, right? Confirmation.
Oh, right. I forgot about how that worked.
Well, with my macro, you don't get that dialogue. I press Shift F2 on my keyboard, and it disenchants. No questions asked. So I could do it as I'm running through the dungeon. And the nice thing, you could loot the boss and start running to the next boss as you analyze the gear on your screen. You're analyzing, what am I gonna put this in my bag, or am I gonna disenchant it? You can analyze that shit as you're running to the next boss. That is fucking efficiency. That's what group loot gives me. And then on top of that, the first boss in Uldaman dropped like 4 blue items. Now he drops 1. That's it. And another person brought up a really good point, dude. They said, well, like my mage can equip the, this and this and that, but because it's on personal loot now, this won't ever drop for me. So I have to go on another character now to get a transmog that I would have otherwise gotten on my mage had it dropped. So yeah, it's wasting our time. That's what Blizzard's doing. Making sure that it takes us as long as possible to keep our fucking subscriptions up. So it takes us years to flesh out our appearance tabs when we could do it in less time if group loot was enabled.
It's very funny you say that, because I've literally just made a video on that 2 days ago, how the entire expansion has been with that goal in mind, because they stopped publishing sub numbers. So now all they're worried about is player engagement. And yes, wasting
time.
Why
do you think they're so nice to the RPers at BlizzCon? You know, the people that roll up. I'm from Moonguard. You know, the RP realms, man, because those are the people who are going to be here to the bitter end.
It's true. Yeah, you're right.
The RPers complain. The RPers, oh, we went to Northrend and we're going to have this funeral and we couldn't see everybody. And 3 seconds later, they fucking hotfix it so they can see everybody.
That's
Blizzard loves those red shirts, man. So, I mean, I sound bitter and everything, but it's because I'm passionate about the game, and there's so many things I like about it. And I was actually surprised. There was only a couple of reasons I was surprised about Legion and the Underlight Angler fishing pole. Do you have it?
No, I never got it.
Oh my god, it's like a must-have utility, dude.
Yeah, I've heard it's quite useful.
I can't believe they even added it because it's so useful. So I have a macro set up. When I go into water, I don't know anybody who likes water in this game. All it does is slow you down.
Yeah.
But I hit Shift E and boom, my Underlight Angler is in my hands, and I'm moving at 109% in the, which is blazing fast. It's faster than the Sea Turtle. It's faster than any other underwater mount except the Seahorse and Bastion. Yeah, but it's like the fastest way to get when you're swimming around underwater, and it has water walking on it too. I mean, this is fucking awesome. So, yeah, and the other, I'm surprised they even added Bear Tar. And the way that works, and I guess one more thing I'm surprised about, that they added Vigilance Perch, which are the male BOE legendary gloves. Do you know how they work?
Oh, is that the owl one?
Yeah. Basically, those gloves turn my hunter into a superior druid. Yeah. You know, a druid has flight form.
Yeah,
you push
of course.
one
Yeah.
button.
I've used them on my characters too for leveling it.
Yeah. So those gloves they're better. You kill something and boom, you're flying. There's no cooldown. There's no extra button you have to push. You're just instantly flying. I don't know any druid that can farm faster than me outdoors.
Yeah, that's useful for sure.
Yep. So, yeah, I think, you know, comparing other expansions and stuff, I think hunters are really awesome, and I've always vouched for them. I mean, we have feigned death every 30 seconds, so that combat bug means nothing to me. Everybody's stuck in combat. They can't mount up after a quest, right?
Oh, right, yeah. Such a pain.
I feigned death, and I'm out of there, man. See you later. Nice knowing you. So I think hunters are the best, and the best farming class in the game. Maybe not the best class in terms of DPS and all that. And
then that's like the primary reason that you play nowadays is to do farming. Is that right?
It's part, I guess, a lot of it kind of, I mean, my stupid cousin got me into pet battles a little bit, and I started for a while, but basically I'm trying to get back up to the level that my original hunt was in 2013 before Blizzard banned it because I went after bots too aggressively, apparently. I hated cheaters on my realm. And that's the thing that pisses me off the most. These guys are basically calling this an exploit. Nobody hates cheaters more than I do. I lost my account because I hate cheaters so much.
Oh, okay.
I went after them.
Yeah, I did want to talk about this too. So let's talk about this proving ground thing. I completely forgot that this was even on the docket.
Yeah.
So the thing about it that I see you've figured out now, but the reason that they changed it was because what people were doing was they were going in there and resetting their CDs, and they were able to, like, I'm not sure how, but in some way bug out talents. Like when you're in there, your talents like perpetuate no matter what. Like you can reset them over and over again. So people were able to get like passive abilities and then switch out of them and still have them because they were in there, and then go out into the open world with them. So once
maybe
again,
they were doing that. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of videos on YouTube about that.
I didn't know people were using it for that reason. I mean, I guess I could understand that, but if they don't touch the method I'm using right now, then I'm okay with it, because the method I'm using now is actually superior.
Oh, good. Okay, well that's good. So like I said, it's the same thing. Like, you know, the personal loot thing affects very few people, but in the people that they're aiming for, it definitely affects. Same thing with this. Like, think
about it.
Good.
Right now, you're talking about right now. Eventually, some random Joe who's doing mythic stuff right now or high level stuff is maybe eventually. I don't want my character to look like a fucking fag anymore. I'm going to go run some dungeon and get some transmog gear to make him look hetero-fucking-sexual. And then he's going to realize just how much BDSM, ball gag, fucking chastity belt it is to repeatedly farm the same shit. I don't know about you, man, but humans generally don't like repetition. You hear a song, it's just
yeah, I feel it.
Just non-stop, 10 minutes straight. Your ear's going to get tired of that shit. Humans generally don't like repetition. So that's what transmog farming is, dude. I think I'm a pretty fucking well-adjusted, mentally stable human. I don't necessarily like farming, but I have things to kind of mitigate it. And that is maybe kind of challenging myself to improve my speed, get better, control my character a little bit better, get that hand-eye coordination, you know, working better. Have some good music, maybe some comedy, something to cackle at, you know, something to kind of pass the time, I suppose, while I'm doing tedious shit. So eventually, I think a lot of players will get to that point where they want to make their character look kind of cool with transmog gear. And once they realize a lot of the transmog gear, some of the most appealing gear, is really hard to get, maybe they'll slap on, like I did, this slap on the mole-powered bowl haircut. Bowls of noodles and rice will just appear in front of them, and they'll start farming like a Chinaman, like me. So they'll do that, and they'll realize, man, Jesus, I wish, you know, Proving Grounds trick was still in here so I can fucking do this, you know, and hit my 10 dungeons per hour limit.
Yeah, but like I said, it's again a change that really was necessary. Like, this has been going on since 7.0.
I have an idea.
Yeah, sure.
How about not having Proving Grounds work that way then? Maybe when you port out, you don't maintain everything. Or
yeah, the problem is...
Maybe have a second Proving Grounds to allow... Because this has been going on a long time. I don't know if you know, Proving Grounds and this method of people using it for farming dungeons, it goes back years.
Oh, I see it all the time. Yeah, people constantly do it even out in the world, you know?
The majority of the reason for that stuff.
Like they'll port off Argus with it and stuff like that, yeah.
Actually, dude, the realm hopping is... you know, another way people are getting out of world. I do that all the time. I'm the most hated person on my realm. People try to gank me all the time, but you're gonna have to get up pretty early in the fucking morning to gank a Painbow. So I've got F1 bound, which will realm hop.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, it's that server hop add-on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm using. Excuse me. Jeez. Some water. Yeah, it's just a macro for the add-on for server hop. And macro that shit, and somebody puts their paws on you. They actually have the nerve to put their paws on you. Adios, I'm a ghost.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of ganking now. It's Blood DK, and there's nobody ever does shit like that, so that's pretty smart.
Well, I fight back, of course, but if it's if it's unfair.
Yeah.
Or if the guys outgears me, which a lot of times they do, because it's true. I don't do the high level rating right. Part of it is I don't like guilds. I'm kind of an introvert, teetering on misinformation. Don't like people very much, and some of the WoW players are just obnoxious punk kids I can't stand, and they sound like, "Hey guys, check out my new filters." Can't put up with that in a raid group. And then you got the token female, who's always begging for loot, and she gets it. Then you got guys going AFK all the time for smoke breaks, and oh, hey, sorry guys, my dogs just jumped up on my lap and took a shit. I gotta leave. I can't take it anymore, man. I was sick of the crap that comes along with guilds. I just couldn't take it. So I'd rather go farm gold and then give a guild gold to take me through a dungeon and just get me the gear I deserve.
So that's actually that's your meta plan, basically. That's kind of.
I mean, I've done it a couple times. I'm not too worried about it. Actually, I want the gear because I like soloing stuff. But the thing is I'm not an amateur. I know I can do good DPS. I know I'm actually really fucking good. I've saved so many people. As hunters, we got Lust and we have Battle Res, and
I've had to use both in one.
I've had to use both in one encounter. I mean, many times.
A good way to do it is just do 5-mans. Like, you don't need to be in a guild or nothing like that for it, and you can get gear that's pretty equatable.
Yeah, I've been doing it.
But anyway, so the problems, like I said, I just, when I saw your thread, and everybody, of course, on MMO Champion, they're mostly retarded, so it's difficult to have a conversation on there in general. But people were saying things that I felt like they were sort of right about. Like, these changes did need to be made, but they are adversely affecting you. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate. You're right, and they're right to some degree. I just don't know how Blizzard fixes that. I wasn't sure if you had thought through that, but well,
look. First of all. These guys are calling it an exploit. I don't really think it's an exploit.
Right, but what they're referring to is, not the way you're using it, of course, but the way everybody else is.
I clearly show the way I was. I don't know. I'm not a PvPer. I showed the way I was using it. That's the way I was using it. That's the way I understand most people to be using it. So, hello?
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 Hello.
Did it cut out?
No, it's good. I could hear you.
Went quiet. So, yeah, basically almost everything I saw on the forum, it scared the crap out of me, man. It made me happy that deadbolts were invented for this. And they're saying it's essentially like saying Justin Bieber's awesome, Netflix is cool, Spotify's awesome, and we hate flying in WoW. Like, that's how I read it.
Yeah.
Are they still talking in there, or is it deleted? I bet it's gonna get.
I don't know. Let's see.
I hate the internet, dude. It sucks. I can't even be myself.
Yeah, it is a tough time to be a.
Everything's locked down.
No, they're still talking.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised. I think maybe because I said, "Hey mods, back off this one. I can handle it fucking self. I don't need you to babysit me." Bring it on, fags. I'll take everybody on one by one, and I don't need a mod to save me.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell that for sure. It's just like, obviously most of those people are just going to come in here and just try to insult you, but like in reality, a lot of the things that they said is right, you know? So it's like, it's an unfortunate situation. It's tough to deal with because Blizzard, you know, they can't fix everything, and obviously the things that they break that affect you help someone else. So I just don't know how to fix it. That's the big problem.
Well, okay, but I don't think that they're looking at things as fun anymore. They're just taking things away.
What the fuck?
They're broadly removing things. I mean, do you know about the Genji knife?
The one that... Wait, what does that one do?
It's a toy. You get it from the tillers at Exalted. And,
it cuts the body up?
Yeah, it turns into a pile of fucking meat. I always did that to people who died stupidly in raid or whatever. And... or even somebody I ganked outside. I'd turn them into meat, and then I'd drop that flag of ownership on. But one day, I don't know, I made a post about it or something. They just took it away from us one day.
Oh, did they really?
It didn't work. It didn't work in raids anymore.
Oh,
why?
That's interesting.
Why can't I turn somebody into giblets in a raid, you fucking weirdos?
That is strange.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It's a good way to mock and humiliate people. I guess some people were making it do weird stuff with bosses, or I don't know what the fuck. Instead of taking it completely away from us, how about you fix the issue?
Yeah, that's one I know nothing about, but a guy in our guild always used to do that every time anybody would die stupidly, like you said on raid. So it was like, I guess maybe there was an exploit.
Just bug me.
Yeah.
Unnecessary limitations. Dude. You know how many people were pissed to find out that the Lucid Nightmare mount wasn't flyable?
Oh, right.
All that work, and you can't fly?
That's interesting. I didn't know that either. Yeah, I mean, it's just part of it, you know, like, there's, no matter what they do, there's going to be somebody pissed, right, one way or the other, so I just, I don't know if there's ever going to be...
For me, dude, well, what's your channel name? Like, do you still make videos?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You want me to link it?
Uh-huh.
Sure, hold on.
So nobody's ever asked to talk to you about one of...
No, dude.
You know Murgle?
What's up? Murgle? Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. That fucking asshole... I just want to talk to him for a few minutes because he made a video recently saying, "Oh, hey, you know, we're sorry."
The single most important.
He actually said that the vanilla personal loot was fixed. He's wrong, so I wanted to correct him. I didn't want to write out a fucking paragraph and waste all that time. So I just said, "Hey, dude, can I talk to you for a minute?" Somebody got a hold of whatever. Eventually, he whispered me, and I guess I pissed him off because I was challenging him right out of the gate, saying, "You know, come on, man, don't make me type or whatever."
Yeah.
And he started talking about his credentials, man. I used to be a prison guard for a year.
God.
I put up with... You ever heard him say that?
No, I never did, but that's not surprising.
He was expanding his chest, pounding his chest like an ape, you know, asserting his dominance.
Of course,
telling me that he's put up with a bunch of badasses in prison by being a security guard for a year. Yeah, dude, and he typed all this shit out for like an hour, but he wouldn't get in voice chat for 3 minutes. I just want to explain. I went at him with respect. I watched the guy's videos. I never. So in fact, I defended him when he got banned for buying them out on the auction house. I was like one of the few people said, "Dude, you need to fight them right now. Those fucking assholes banning you for buying a mount. Are you nuts?" I was there defending him, dude, and then I just want to talk to him for a quick second, and he gives me guff. What the fuck is the problem?
It's weird,
dude?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, you've chosen your approach. And that's why I said I was so impressed that it was so consistent for like 5 years. You've been challenging people in the same way. It's almost like an act at this point. I'm the same guy,
man. It's not like I'm trying to start a fight with people. It's just I'm sick of... Because of misinformation on the internet, dude, it takes you and I 4 times, 5 times as long to find the accurate answer. Yep. Go ahead. Go to Google right now and try to find the best Super Nintendo emulator on the PC. It'll take you 3 hours maybe to get the right answer.
You're right, man. That's
sucks
true.
Because people just spew shit. The first thing that comes to their head, they go and type it on the line, and people with enough echo chambers, people think it's true, it's accurate. Because the people like that, they're so cocksure that they're right. They never accept a challenge, never be willing to admit that they're wrong about something. I mean, how the internet sucks in that regard, because it takes us so long to find the actual objectively correct answer, as opposed to being muddled with opinions and conjecture and just misinformation. That's why astrology, and I'm not going to get into it, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of bad information and people spreading it. That just pisses me off. I get tightened in the jaws for that. It's not personal or anything. These people think that I care about who they are, where they live, and I want to befriend them and all this shit. Not at all, dude. I just want to, hey, stop saying the earth is flat, weirdo. I just want somebody to say that to them in their life.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
They're saying dumb shit. I don't know. I think that's a healthy way to go if it's challenging. If I say something dumb, I hope somebody will call me on it. Oh, hey, Painbow, you think that O.J. Simpson is, he's innocent? That's cool. Let's go get a sandwich. Yeah. Well, anyway, so where'd you post that in Discord?
I just put it in your Discord there, yeah.
Let me see if I remember.
It was actually on a previous channel. Ace Games TV was the one that I used to post on. But
it's called Ace Games?
Ace Games TV was the name of the channel, yeah.
Why'd you change it?
Well, it was, at the time, me and my partner were doing like a community channel, and we had like 15 or 20 people on, and then they all kind of just, over time, just stopped doing it, and we couldn't find anybody to replace them, so we made a new channel when Legion came out to get better branding and SEO.
Well, that's cool that, like, you're actually willing to talk to people. I don't know how many people to talk to, but that's good that you're actually somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I make videos is for community interaction. So I was excited to hear what you had to say about this, honestly, because it is something that I've talked about this ad nauseum when I'm soloing Mythic Plus and soloing other stuff in Legion. It's like, there's fucking ridiculous. I literally get less, even though I'm putting 10 times more effort in than people.
All right, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I would be on your side if you figured out a way to, like, whether it's temporarily add people to your group and somehow get them in there to boost your ability to get items, which you fucking deserve, obviously. Other people, the people on the forums, would call you an exploiter.
Of course.
I'd be on your side. I'd say, dude, you're working your ass off. You deserve that crap. And these guys would be fucking... These shills would be bending over the barrel for Blizzard, dude, and asking them to give it to them in the ass without Astro Gold. That's how much they like Blizzard. They're such capitulating bitches. They're like beaten housewives, dude. Anything Blizzard says, they just love it.
Yeah, people like that obviously are and frustrating to deal with. But I think like what's actually happening here is Blizzard just doesn't really realize what's happening with personal loot. Like, they honestly don't understand that when you're alone in a Mythic Plus, you get less loot. It's like if it doesn't work properly, because the way it's been described is when you complete this dungeon one way or the other, you're supposed to have this percentage of getting loot. The whole group is supposed to get 3 pieces, 1 for each person, and then 2 people get nothing. But when there's only 1 fucking person, it doesn't work like that at all. You know what I mean? So it's like if they don't know it's improper, or if they did it to fuck us, and I'm not really sure why they would do that. So that's why I was, hoping to find some kind of way to explain it to them, but it just doesn't come out right. Like, there's no way I could say, listen, I spent my 2 hours in Darkheart 13 and I got 1 piece of gear. Somebody spent 30 minutes, they got 3 pieces of gear. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Like, why would I do it in the first place? So I have really no leg to stand on.
I think you need more inflection. Hey, you fucking fags. I'm doing shit here. I'm blowing shit up, sending shit into fucking orbit, and I get jack squat. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Where's my incentive to go in here with fucking guns blazing, showing my might, showing how fucking good I am at this game, and I get screwed 6 ways to sunset.
Yeah, I guess maybe that would be better off.
Well, I'm not saying, a lot of people hate words like that, but I don't give a crap. I mean, I like pejorative. I'm not saying them to insult people, but I just, sometimes you need a flair to really get the point across.
You're right. You have to be dramatic nowadays, man. It's true.
I mean, that's how I normally talk anyway. In my YouTube videos, I try to calm down a little bit, try to be a little bit more reasonable. If I call somebody a smoking satchel of shit in my videos, you know, banned, silenced, probably. I don't know.
Demonetized.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't really care that much about it, but I mean, YouTube is one of the few places left on the planet where you can almost be yourself, not severely get punished and shit. Like in WoW, if I call somebody a butt munch in WoW, I'll get silenced.
Yeah, it's true.
A butt munch.
A very benign insult, right?
Not even kidding. Yeah, I got a 3-week silence for one sentence the other day. I haven't. See, that's why I encourage people to stream. They would have never believed me if I didn't have video.
Yeah,
hey, by the way, dude, I'm looking at your video here. Am I seeing something? Is your aspect ratio fucked?
It is actually. Yeah, I have a ultra wide monitor, so it's difficult to get.
Oh God.
It's not that bad though.
Is that thing where it's vertical minus or whatever it's called, where you get less real estate essentially?
Sort of.
Like squishing vertical?
Yeah, I guess that's what it is, yeah.
Oh God, that blows. It looks like shit, dude.
Yeah, it does kind
of. See, your head is normal shaped, but
I know. It's funny, right? Yeah.
Oh, that is so jarring.
Yeah, I need to get a new monitor, honestly. I didn't even realize what it was going to do. Like, I didn't
Is that the 21.9 or whatever?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think those things... I think those are kind of a gimmick, man. I mean,
they are. I agree.
Really?
Yeah, because most things aren't in this format, you know? So It looks weird.
They're not supported correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
There's one game. I have a friend who's working on a game right now. You probably don't give a shit about this game, but it's an updated version of the old Final Fight Arcade.
Oh, cool.
And he's actually going to legitimately support that monitor size.
Oh, that's good. I think eventually, you know, like 10 years from now, it'll be way more legit, but...
Yeah, that's what... You know, you're right. Not a lot of games actually support it realistically. Not even WoW.
No, definitely
it's wrong.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck I could have said to you.
I'm trying to look so long ago. Like I said, you'll never find it on that channel, obviously. But on Ace Games, it was something I could remember the video, like sort of like it was. We were in Mr. Pandaria, and I was doing some kind of video on something, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like I'm not at all concerned about it.
The main reason I do that these days on YouTube is one is if somebody's just flat wrong and they think they're right, and number two is if like if they have really obnoxious music and they're just showing off with just music, you know, some people like, how do solo this? And,
and
they go watch it. It's like techno music and like no commentary, no information in the description. Oh, yeah, that's the kind of crap that
I hate that shit too, man. I never understand why people make videos but won't talk.
Man, oh, good. You might get pissed, but are you the kind of YouTuber that says, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment?
Absolutely not. No way. I never say that shit once in my life.
Okay, good. I said in one of my videos, I was so pissed one day, I just said, don't subscribe, and get out of my life.
It's funny, I actually used to do that on purpose. I used to dislike all my live streams because people would come in and they'd be like, lol, shit streamer, and they would dislike it. So I would just put like 10 dislikes on it before I would even start so people wouldn't, like, they wouldn't have the reason to do it.
People come to my stream and think that I'm trying to be an entertainer or I don't ask for money. There's no donation button. There never will be. My stream, I encourage everybody to stream, dude. It's because my philosophy. I've seen it too many times. I don't know, maybe you have. I've seen people get suspended, banned, their account closed for nothing.
Yeah.
And then people go on forums and say, what the hell happened? And it's always their word versus Blizzard, and nobody believes the guy. And it pisses me off. I don't like to see a company railroad people. I'm actually, as much as I shit on people for whatever they do, I'm still on their side in the grand scheme of things. I'm not on the side of companies who shit on the customers that pay their paycheck.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's the right way to be, right?
They're doubling down on it, dude. Blizzard made a video with Jeff Kaplan the other day about Overwatch, and they're proud of how many accounts they've actioned.
I saw that. Yeah, you're right.
480,000 accounts we've actioned.
Yeah, so, you gotta wonder how many of those are legit, right?
Well, my silence is not legit, and I will fight for that because that's bullshit. People can abuse that. So you right-click report anybody for anything. Nothing will happen to you. You can report anybody for anything. Nothing will happen to you, but you can get enough people pissed at you that you'll get action.
It's just
even
like
if you break any rules.
Public thing that they can do, just even though there's nothing wrong.
It's not worth typing. It's not worth typing in this game. It's riskier to type than bot.
I think you're right about that at this point. Yeah.
So like, yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm kind of pissed about, man. So I'm careful about what I say and do. I just encourage everybody to stream, not because they want to become some celebrity or personality, just because I don't want to see people. I want more evidence. If there's a class action lawsuit against these assholes, which I hope there is someday, for the way they shit on people, they need to unban everybody one time unban, everybody gets a clean slate, start over. You know how many people would come back? I think a lot of people would come back.
It would be interesting, actually, yeah.
I think so many people were unjustly banned. Lost Benediction, Rock de Larbo, all this stuff you can't get anymore.
Oh, you lost that?
Yep, sure did.
Wow. Wait, so your whole account was banned?
Yep.
Oh,
because I went after bots and whispered them and called them a bot.
Holy shit, that's weird.
Yep. I made YouTube videos because, dude, I don't know if you know, but like in Mists of Pandaria, my realm was overrun with bots. I would right-click, report them.
What realm?
Nothing would happen for weeks, months, even up to a year. Nothing would happen to these bots.
What realm was that?
Mal'Ganis.
Oh, Mal'Ganis, great. Yeah, it's funny because the same thing happened. It wasn't necessarily in the current content, but a while ago we were out in Hellfire Peninsula, and this was when they were doing this, like, I can't remember how it was working, but you were able to, like, recover an account and get an instant 80 at the time. And people were, like, buying and stealing old accounts, and they were using them to farm, I think it was Shattered Halls, and it was just hundreds of fucking bots flying into Shattered Halls. So we were just standing there and ganking them so they couldn't get in. Like, we were there for hours. And I made a thread on it on the official forums, and I got fucking banned from the forums.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, okay, yeah. So I mean, I don't understand their methods and like crap, but it started to piss me off because it was just overwhelmed. They were everywhere. So I would start typing /who because most of these bots were in guilds. So I would type /who. I'd find out if anybody else was in the guild, and I was, hey, you know, there's a bot in your guild. I'm watching it right now. Almost every single time they said, no, it's not a bot. Dumb. They would like insult me the same way on the forums right now.
What the fuck?
They would say that I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. So, you know, of course, what I did, I started recording and I uploaded it to YouTube, and I'd say, okay, here's the video of your guildie botting. Now what? And then they would just LOL and put me at ignore. That's essentially what they would do every time. And then I found out, like, when I would whisper the guildies, and when they found out that I was onto them and actually have video of them, they would either they were the bot themselves, or they knew the guy who was botting. The guy would go offline pretty quickly after they knew I was watching them and recording them. That was so effective. They went offline like the same day, as opposed to I report them and go on about my business, and maybe 2 months later Blizzard will action it. Maybe. I thought it was more effective. I got them out of I don't know. I almost like went on this crusade against bots because they just fucking. I hate cheaters, dude. It's not fair. I have to be awake and fucking vertical in my chair to make gold, and these guys are asleep comfy in their beds making gold. That's not fucking fair.
Oh, yeah,
That's
certainly
bullshit.
not. I mean, it's obviously degrading the
game. I was taking it personally. So I'm working my ass off to make a few gold. These bots are going 24/7, automated bullshit. So reporting wasn't enough, dude. It wasn't doing jack squat. So I started recording video of these fucks, exposing them, letting their guild know. I wasn't harassing anybody. I didn't go after and like insult anybody. I was whispering them and letting them know there's a bot in their guild. Eventually, perm banned, account closed for ongoing harassment. Even though the people I whispered were never the same person twice. It was always somebody different. It was just because multiple accounts reported me for harassment. Even though I wasn't harassing them, I was busting them for cheating. Blizzard defended the bots, dude.
Yeah, it's weird. I honestly, there's a lot of people out there who believe that they have a vested interest in keeping bot accounts in this game.
I think so, yeah. It starts to look that way after a while. Yeah. You see Blizzard defend that shit. I mean, dude, I whispered this guy. I got video and I got screenshots of the conversation. I mean, this is just one guy in a large handful of guys that are botters. And I whispered him. He said, I'm reporting you for harassment or whatever. The next day, my account was closed, and I noticed the bot was banned like 6 months later. He finally got banned. So it's like it's not an exaggeration. I think it's so like, yeah, part of me, I'm really how you got to understand how bitter I'm about some of the shit they pull out. I'm losing all this work I put into the game, all those items you can't get anymore. I mean, he was an engineer and he had the Yeti pet, which you can't get anymore.
Well, that particularly, that really fucking sucks. No doubt about that.
So yeah, it's losing so much, all that effort, typing this keyboard in front of me, you lose all that work. I don't know. I might have been part of the reason they adopted the silence, because I would call them on the phone, these supervisors, and give them shit.
Seriously. That's pretty hardcore, man. What the fuck?
All my phone calls go through my server computer in the living room, right? So all my phone calls are recorded. I am the only person who's willing to upload all those conversations I've had with supervisors in the past and GMs. They've reversed so many of my suspensions because a lot of them are bullshit. Getting silenced, suspended for nothing.
That's interesting. Well, that's a good thing then, huh?
Yeah. So anytime I see somebody online doubting somebody who's had the same issue as me or a similar issue. I believe a lot of these guys, not all of them, of course. I mean, a lot of them are bullshit, but some people seem genuine, like they don't even know why their account's closed or they're banned or what the hell's, and they're trying to figure out, and nobody believes them, dude. So I just on MMO Champion the other day, I saw a thread about the same exact reason right now. So I started sending people the video of where I got silenced for nothing, and pretty fucking quiet. It's a cricket festival. Crickets riding tumbleweeds, dude.
That's good.
So that's, you know, I like evidence, dude. I'm a fan of evidence because I could just make any claim right now, but I can't. I have to substantiate it.
Oh, I agree, man. People do that all the time in YouTube comments, man. They'll come in and, oh, I just put the facts on the table. You don't believe them. It's like there's no facts unless there's a video. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Nope, I know. You know, Carl Sagan said it, man. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Yes, 100% right.
That's what I do. I shove it. Yeah, sure, I use the heel of my hand. Maybe I shouldn't, but I use the heel of my hand and I shove it in, and I make sure they. I guess I'm. It just bothers me so much, man. It's just it's my own. I'm abrasive. Okay, I can.
Everybody has their passions. You surely have yours, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I like games. There's a lot of, you know, I'm a collector. I upload, you know. Anyway, I like that whole private server thing too. I want to kick people's. Maybe it was that. Did you make videos on private servers?
I did.
There was a while.
This was way after you had commented.
Okay. I've been going after people who do that too because that pisses. They keep asking Blizzard to do it, and I'm wondering, you don't ever want a game company to preserve their own games. They're always terrible at it. They're never as good as passionate fans.
Oh yeah, I certainly agree with that. Yeah.
MAME, all those arcade emulators, all emulators are better than the crap they put out commercially. I mean, it's just. So I see all these people like talking about Blizzard make private servers and else. You don't want them to do that. You think you do, but you don't.
Well said. I completely agree with that for sure.
It's true though. Like, have fans do it.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
fans
better
care
off.
about the
That's
little
what
details
I said.
that nobody else cares about.
The best way they could have done it is just give the people who were making them a little bit of power. You know, just say we're not going to ever close it down. You guys are welcome to do it because they'll make them way better, and Blizzard can just continue making what they want to make. You know.
You know that big popular ROM, Astralis or whatever.
Yeah, that's where
they said they were going to release the source code, and they never fucking did. They're such lying sacks of crap. They said, "Oh,
yeah.
Yep." That's what should have happened, dude. Because if you really are passionate about preservation and you want the vanilla game to live on, don't you want the best code that humans put their minds together to make as close to the original as possible? Don't you want that disseminated amongst everybody?
Yeah, so it should be good for the whole community, right?
And they didn't do it. They're holding it to their chest tightly. They're fucking lying sacks of crap. I don't believe them. I don't think they really like the game. I like the game. If I would have put all that work into programming it and the AI and all that shit, publicly released for free. I'm not looking for money and shit. I'm not looking. It looks like they were using that as a way to negotiate with Blizzard. Probably.
I think they were, to be honest.
Yeah. So those guys can suck my cock on Main Street. So I'm pissed at those guys. So I'm looking for somebody who kind of thinks like the band REM, where they say when we release an album, we no longer own it. The world does. That's the way I want fucking Blizzard to look at it.
That's the way to do it. You
know, humans cherish and preserve things. That's just generally what humans do. We share, we preserve things. Library of Congress preserves books. It's a fucking good thing we have to do. You know, people don't want awesome shit lost to time, you stupid company. So, yeah, that's older topic. I'm still
I agree with all of it anyway, so.
I won't go into it, but yeah, like, I mean, this stuff. I don't play games to pass time between bong hits like a lot of people. I actually like games. I get immersed. I like them, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Not just games, of course. I'm not just a weird, just only. But I mean, like, I have a lot of hobbies and everything. I think that's healthy. You gotta. My girlfriend understands that men have hobbies. You know, guys got.
Oh yeah, it's important, man. A guy without hobbies is dull as fuck, right?
No shit. So you can't have somebody bugging you that kind of.
Yeah.
So. It's not that I need a checkup from the neck up. I mean, I'm not one of these OCD guys. I'm not weird in any way. I don't want to become popular. I mean, there's people like on my stream now. I'm like, I don't want people to watch me or anything. I stream archival basically, you know?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, honestly.
Yeah, because it's on their servers. I mean, it's lower quality than if you but I mean, I think it's acceptable enough where if something crazy happens, we're fucking will believe that actually did happen, but you happen to be streaming, oh wow, you got fucking video of it.
Yeah, you know? Or even something really funny that you want to remember years from now. You'll have video of it, you know, something like that.
Bingo. So yeah, I save and export clips to YouTube. I think the majority of my videos on YouTube are just for me or people I just personally link to. But yeah, like, okay, for like transactions, I buy things in WoW. Like I spent 10 million gold the other day. I spent 10 million gold on my biggest purchase ever.
That's crazy.
You know what I bought?
What'd you buy?
Burning Crusade collector's edition key.
Oh, damn. That's worth it.
Yeah, you know, it gives you that pet.
Yeah, the pet's awesome.
Yeah, so I wanted that, you know. Of course, I want vanilla, but that's probably not going to happen. I don't want to pay cash. I don't want to go to eBay and buy from some reseller who paid like half the price and just double the price. Right. I don't want. So I bought the Murloc costume. So that's part of the reason I farm too. Collector. I want to buy a lot of.
That's cool. Yeah, it's perfectly viable stuff, obviously, in the game.
I got to pay my way for those dungeons too, right? I mean,
yeah, that's an interesting point. I'm glad that you articulated it that way because I feel like a lot of people, they don't understand that that's a viable way to play the game, to just go farm a ton of gold, you know?
The BlizzCon ticket that just came out, right? Did you buy one?
Not yet, but I probably will.
I didn't want to pay cash for that. Again, you know, it's the principle of the thing. I realize they're still getting money, but the principle of me handing them cash is a different.
Sure, so I understand. You have the gold, why not, right?
I got an aversion to that, so I do it with gold now.
Yeah, especially if you got that kind of gold, man. You could buy anything you want with that Blizzard balance, right?
Well, I spent all my gold, all 10 million.
Oh, gotcha.
Must have been 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I'm back up to. Tell you, I'm an efficient China farmer.
And most of it's just from the low level farming, is that correct?
Some of it is. I mean, if you want numbers, I got TSM.
I'm not like particularly worried about it, but I was just wondering.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. I mean, I craft a lot of things, so I a lot of enchanting.
That's cool. Yeah, that's neat.
In the past 30 days, I can tell you how much I made from just the Transmog. The past 30 days, I made 620,000, which isn't that bad, but it's not terrible.
Bad at all. No.
That's only Transmog on one of my. I got a second Transmog guy. He's only at 50,000 because.
And what type of like time investment is that?
It's quite a bit. That's why I don't really think that it's worth farming just for Transmog. I think Transmog farming is mostly for. But you could really strike it rich. It's almost like the lottery, but it's not why I'm doing it. If I get that Papal Fez hat, I can sell it for.
Oh,
but you're right. The time investment, if you're unlucky like me, it's like 300 runs and I haven't seen a.
Gotcha.
That's a long time, dude. For 1.5 million in that amount of time. So I'm not doing it for the gold.
Right.
If I'm doing it for the gold, I'm gonna go craft stuff. I'm gonna go alchemy, enchanting, whatever. Even ore, just farming ore, turning into bars. But yeah, like several different ways of making gold. So what are your videos about anyway? Just showing off?
No, I like.
No, I know what it is. Let me articulate.
Okay.
Me.
I suppose so. That's probably
what it sums it up.
I just like to do videos on like originally me and my friend, we made videos on like different types of guides and stuff like that. So he's kind of taken a step back. So I've recently just been doing a lot of 5-mans and streaming and stuff like that. So I'm very passionate. Like I absolutely love 5-man. 5-man content in World of Warcraft is my favorite thing ever, from classic to Legion.
I'm starting to get declined a lot. My gears I'm actually getting upgrades from World Quest now.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing.
I'm pretty ashamed of that.
It's a tough situation. The whole gearing process.
Like when people invite me, I blow their minds because I do way more damage than I should.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, at that point,
I am molesting the keyboard. I'm not just I'm molesting it, and shit dies. So I have like a little saying that I use that kind of works sometimes. It's like kind of little. Somebody posted on Reddit one. It's kind of a little saying that helps me in groups, dude, because my gear's kind of like getting out of date, so I got to use anything I can.
Well, what was the saying?
I'll paste it in Discord.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I don't want to take all your.
Oh, I see. I thought it was like a funny line or something.
It is.
Oh, watch the Blastosaurus always before your eyes. That's pretty good. I like that.
That's my name, yeah. It kind of works for a lot of reasons too. I joke around with people and I say, you know, PB doesn't just stand for Painbow. It also stands for Punk Buster. Do you remember Punk Buster?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's good.
It is true because I hate cheaters, so it kind of fits.
Yeah, it's good too. I mean, just to connect with those people a little bit. Like, so many people are just like, they look at anybody who applies to their group as like a number, you know? So if you can kind of make them laugh, then you're probably way more likely to get invited.
Yep. Yep. It's where I got a 20 LOLs per second. But, you know, you kind of got to stand out, I suppose. But yeah, like I go in there, I give 100% all the time, but it's getting a little hard because it's been so long since I've had one of those weeks. You know, when you do a Mythic Plus and then you get the week, I should go get there. I actually did a Mythic Plus last week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, get one. I mean, if you ever want to do some, man, I'm more than willing to team up, you know?
What do you play? Just weekdays or?
Well, yeah, it's tough. We raid on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so those days I'm not always around. But yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is when I typically stream. So.
Well, dude, if you have anything else you want to say to me, kind of crap. I mean, you don't have to be friendly if you really are pissed off at something like that. I mean,
no, not at all. Like I said, at first I was surprised to see you again, so my reaction was garnered by that. But yeah, now I was just interested to hear about somebody who, like I said, effectively this is like your main content, and I was so surprised first of all to hear that anybody did this. Like it was almost like my initial response was like, well, why do you even do this? But now that I've heard about your interest, it's actually perfectly, it's not bizarre at all. So it's an unfortunate thing that Blizzard has managed to hurt you. And like I said, there's been
because of it, I found out about this other scenario I knew you could queue for other scenarios, a bunch of them.
Right.
But I didn't realize I brought it up in Discord. You know that Secrets Discord server?
Yes, of course, yeah.
I brought it up there. I said, does anybody know if there's a mailbox in any scenario? One guy said, wasn't there one in the Kunai one? And so I started going through all the scenarios and looking, and sure enough, I came across that.
Oh, that's interesting. So that's what you're doing. Yeah, I was wondering how you were getting to Kunai like that. That's cool. That's really neat.
Right. So I went through the scenarios and I found it, and sure enough, the guy's memory, as all those red shirts, memory is fucking awesome. So he was right. He remembered that. I went to remember that shit. You know, I'm a pretty normal human. I forget shit.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I went in here and had a mailbox, and I said, dude, when I saw that mailbox, I almost launched my computer desk into orbit from my erection. Dude, you know how awesome that is?
That's great. Yeah,
I run out of bag space so much when I'm farming that shit.
I bet. Yeah.
You know, I'm an engineer, so I can get the mailbox once an hour. But I also have that Argent Gruntling, a pet. You know what I'm talking about? If you upgrade him, he becomes a mailbox every, I think, 4 hours.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so kind of 2 mailboxes for a short time. It's still not enough when you're farming just hardcore.
Of course,
farming this dungeon. So I found this shit. I'm telling you, my nipples almost punctured the monitor.
That's cool. That's good shit.
I was horny. But that's, I mean, now I'm worried, of course. One part of me, oh, fuck yeah, now I can go ching chong, find a China farm and get, all this gear real fast without having to go back to town all the time. And part of me is like, oh, God, great GD, damn it. Blizzard's going to see this and
nerf it too, right?
Push the big red button on me.
Well, like I said, I think the things that were changed that did affect you were not affecting, like they were not made to affect you. It was just kind of a byproduct of some other problems. So I don't think that kind of thing will ever get changed because there's been stuff.
I didn't know that PvP shit was going on.
Yeah, actually. It was pretty egregious, honestly. There was a lot of people making videos on it, and like there's a guy who, I guess, his name's Archvalder. I don't know if you've ever seen his videos, but all he does is upload exploits in WoW, and like 50% of the things he uploaded were because of Proving Grounds and other types of scenarios like that. So it's no surprise that they changed it.
Do you think he's doing a good service? Because Blizzard's got to be watching.
That's what I'm saying. Obviously, he's leading to them getting changed, but I don't know. It's hard to say like if he's wasting his own time by doing that, or if he's actually getting some profits from it because of it. So I don't know.
I really want an Edward Snowden. This is gonna sound nuts, dude. You might lock your door right now, but I really want an Edward. I want an Edward Snowden of Blizzard because I want to know how their shit works and the inner workings there. The port system, the supposed warden that exists. I mean, it takes me 3 seconds to detect whether or not somebody's a bot. It's not hard. I don't think it takes a genius. You see somebody moving at 90-degree angled turn.
Yes, that happens so often.
Yep.
It's so bizarre to
see.
So
obvious.
That.
But Warden can't pick that up. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's a bit worrisome, right? Like, little corruption maybe there. I'm not really sure what's going on, but...
That's what I'm telling you. I want an Edward fucking Snowden to come out and give me the detail. I've talked to former GMs before. And they've It gave me some interesting insight, dude. I've always made the claim that Blizzard spends more time sifting through people's chat logs than they do getting rid of bots. I've made that claim. I didn't have any... See, that's one of the claims where I just kind of spewed bullshit. But I turned out to be right.
Sure.
It's actually... a GM actually told me, she said something more than 90% of my tickets were chat-based.
Oh, that's interesting.
So she told me, a former GM, dude.
Yeah.
They're sifting through your chat logs more than they are looking for cheaters and bots.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. Like,
so I guess I turned out, yeah, so like that kind of crap. Not everything is flowers and roses, man. I mean,
no,
people are going to be people.
Unfortunately, you're going to find
people are more realistic on voice. They're not going to necessarily get on and start throwing turds, especially when they find out that, hey, maybe this guy does know some stuff and he's not just trying to rile people up. You know, there's a reason why I say the things I say. I mean, see, I can admit it, dude. I didn't know about that PvP aspect of it, that people were resetting their cooldowns.
Yeah.
Now that I'm aware of it, I can say unequivocally that yeah, probably should remove that option to reset your cooldowns. Maybe not remove it entirely. I think you just destroyed an entire player set of people who were using it for good reasons, for awesome, not for crap. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know that crap was going on. So I'm not so egotistical, such a chimp. I can't say, oh, me.
Yeah,
I mean, if people are getting their asses kicked with cooldowns resetting.
A lot of people are like that too. It's such a shame, you know. They'll defend what they say to the death. Like under no circumstances would they change.
I don't know why. I've talked to a lot of PvPers and I never liked any of them so far.
Yeah.
Me, dude, PvE is the meat and potatoes of this game. I don't want to waste my time in the corn cob side dish that is PvP.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. So many people don't seem to understand it either. They don't realize that the game gets developed for dungeons and raids and all leveling and all that stuff first, and then the PvP. You know.
Achievements.
Yeah.
Totally disproportionate. Most of them are in PvE.
Right.
So this game doesn't even have real-time combat. I mean, mage casts a fireball, you can't dodge it, you can't strafe fireball.
I know, yeah.
So when you got fake combat like that, and it's not real time, I can't get behind the PvP. It's got lag, and it's sort of the reason I don't play hardcore in Diablo 3. Like, the internet blows up for a second, you lose your character.
That's that, right? Yeah, that's the worst.
Thanks. I see people playing co-op D3 and they're getting pissed at each other. They're not even having fun. They're saying, no, you fag, you know, fuck you. You're getting me killed, bro. And they're just swearing it. They're not even having fun. They're just getting pissed at each other. That's, I don't know, man. I mean, if they like stirrups and, you know, sitting down on mason jars and rotating, that's not my business. That's BDSM crap where you like getting your ass kicked.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm a different kind of player. I mean, I'm not soft. I go and I kick ass, but I mean, I guess right now I admit I'm fagging out by collecting this transmog. I'm not an RPer, but I am fagging out by collecting it. I mean, it's not what a hunter typically does, but so many people are satisfied with their transmog, they don't have an incentive to kind of go out and get it. Right. For me, I want to get it before Blizzard removes it. I don't trust them anymore.
That's a serious concern, right?
They're going to take stuff out of the game. You can't get it anymore.
And it's very possible. If it's going to happen, it's going to be 8.0 for sure.
I just got a shotgun in Heroic Culling of Stratham from the last boss, Mal'Ganis. I just got it yesterday. It's awesome looking. I mean, the textures are kind of primitive on it, but it's fucking thick. It's badass looking. It's a big single barrel shotgun. I think it looks awesome, dude. So I used 3 of my hunters to finally get it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I remember that one. That shit's awesome.
All right, so I'm just trying to get that shit and get out of here, and so I can go on with current content. I'm not missing out. I mean, I made a video because so many people are complaining. See, you're a tank, right?
Yeah, Blood DK, yeah.
Oh, so Argus isn't nothing for you. You don't get knocked off in days.
No, not at all.
A lot of people do. So many people are pissed. They're flipping tables. Dude, see, I don't whine about everything. I'm not whining or anything. I don't give a shit. I will complain about legitimate crap, but I don't get dazed and stunned. Do you know why? I mean, I'm not a tank, but that never happens to me. You know how that's possible? Not the neck, stirrups, right? Or whatever. Huh?
The neck? The legendary neck?
Nope.
No, what is it then?
All you do is you jump and you face the enemy so it doesn't hit your back.
But how do you move forward then?
I made a video on it. It's a 2-minute video showing people. All you do is you're running forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
The enemy's coming from the left or the right or whatever. You got to think of your character as if there's a line straight to the center of them. And the front half can get hit just fine. The back half cannot. So you're running, right?
I see.
You jump, do a 180 turn in the midair.
Yeah.
Or you don't even need to do a full 180. You can kind of do it just so he hits the front half of you. when you see his arm lift up, you know, make sure you're facing him.
Yeah,
so you
that's
get
smart,
hit in the front, you don't get dazed. That's always been the case in WoW, ever since vanilla. And I think it was more known in vanilla. I think as time went on, I think people forgot about that. They don't realize that. I guess maybe I found out because my tank friend, after you get a certain amount of defense as a warrior, you basically are uncrittable.
Yep.
But he said if you get hit in the back, you can still get crit.
Oh,
and
true.
I noticed that. You get dazed and you get dismounted and shit when you get hit in the back. So all you got to do is make sure you don't get hit in the back. So I don't complain at all about that shit. Yeah, it's a little bit tougher to navigate and stuff, but I mean, I still don't get knocked off because I've been doing that just naturally for so long. Just second nature to me. And I don't give other workers gold to put that crap on me for an hour. I do it for free. So yeah, I could complain about that, but you know, I'm not gonna whine like a bitch.
For sure, it's smart actually. I never even would have thought of something like that.
Right. Well, you don't.
It never come up, so yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been trying to tell people about that so they would stop bitching. But just people don't really watch. I'm not popular enough to get. So you could take my ideas and then you can.
No, I certainly won't do that. But yeah, I'm happy to help tell people about these ideas, you know, because they're legitimate. And yeah, I think like some really good points on, you know, the topics that we discussed today. But also, I'm sure you've thought these things through on other topics too. So it would be interesting to see more and more like discussions about that kind of stuff.
Yep. So in your top video here, 750K. Well, that's cool. So it's actually a guide, huh?
Yeah, that's Syiler. That's my friend, and we run these companies together. So he always did like mount stuff, and I was always like more about like serious, you know, like PvP or PvE and stuff, you know. So
yeah. Well, you know what I notice about YouTube and stuff, making videos, really have to. You probably know this, but you have to appeal to the lowest common denominator.
Yes, unfortunately, you're right.
Basically, have to. Go up here, push this button now.
Yeah.
You know, you have to like make the buttons big too. So like I made a video about the hunter challenge thing where you get the challenge artifact.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this was like right away when it came out and it was really tough. When I made my video, I made the 3 main cooldown buttons like really huge on the screen so they can clearly see. Every other video that people made, they were tiny. You could barely see what they were even doing. You know, because some people really care about when you hit a cooldown at what time, you know.
Yeah, no doubt,
So
no doubt.
I made them nice and huge, and it pissed me off because I like to commentate in real time. I know that's awkward, but I typically like to commentate as I play. Most people don't like to do that because they like the narration and you know what I mean? I guess that's good for clipping videos together, which I'm starting to do now, but it's harder to talk naturally that way.
Yeah, it's difficult. I can tell you're probably quite good at the real-time narration, but for me, I just can't do it. Like I can't play my best and speak like coherently.
I could if I had one of those headsets, but I got a karaoke mic, so if I back off just a little bit,
yeah,
you can't hear me anymore. So I'm like at an awkward angle because it's got this nice mic stand, but it's just the mic isn't long enough to reach my face while I'm sitting back in my chair or whatever. But yeah, if I get a headset, dude, I can play and talk at the same time. That's why I'm so proud of my driving. I will never die in a car.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so that's cool that you make videos and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know if there's anything I could learn from it, man. I'm not saying I'm great or anything. It's just that I don't see anything here that appeals to my
it's not
type of gameplay.
Not really the same thing. That's why I was actually so interested in talking to you now that I found out that like you basically did stuff that I didn't even like know was a way that you could optimize, and you tried to optimize it.
I think that's what's going. Yeah, I don't think my latest videos are lowest common denominator now because I'm talking about add-ons and stuff, and I think it's going right over people's heads, and it kind of sucks because I guess I could start sort of a farming 101, you know, like basics.
That's not a bad idea, yeah.
But
honestly, though,
again,
if you just stick with it, the niche will carve itself out. You know, like if you make videos on this topic over and over again, when somebody finds one, they'll find them all, you know. So
right, yeah, again, I'm not trying to be popular, but if I think that I have something to offer every once in a while, I'll put you up.
Yeah,
and like I won't even care about editing. I'll slap it together, and surprisingly it's worked. Well, anyway, what I was going to say about my one video about the artifact appearance challenge one, yeah, somehow like really it's not a very popular video. It's got like 80K views or something, but like everybody loved it because my description was so thorough.
Yeah, that's important.
See, I couldn't talk because it pissed me off because as I'm playing, I'm doing the narration as I'm playing, and then something stupid happens and I die stupidly, so I have to do it. After like 5 or 6 times, I said, "Oh, I'm not even going to talk. Fuck it." And eventually, I finished it, and then I just wrote the description. And since I was clear and I had my buttons all huge, I guess that was enough. Everybody was happy about it. They said, "I've looked at all the." See, the best compliment you can get on YouTube is somebody said they said this about that video. They said, "I went and I looked at all the other videos, and they did not. I came to your video, and it was the thing that actually helped me get it done."
That's awesome. That's a true compliment, no doubt.
That's like the best one you can get. The best one you can open. He tried every other video he could find. They all could not help the guy. He found yours, and damn, he got it done. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I like doing that. I mean, I'm not such a bad guy. I like helping people sometimes, but I'm not trying to become popular. I really not. I just think that people should be recording all the time, and I'm just kind of passionate about things, and I want people to give good information. I really like good information, but it seems pretty rare online.
It's so diluted now too, you know, because when somebody does give good information, then everybody else tries to
sift through the crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Wading through the bull crap before you find the gem. Yeah, it sucks. I use all sorts of quotation marks, parentheses, asterisks, and all that shit in my Google searches to find videos on YouTube that are like hard to find, or like at specific dates and stuff. I use all these Google search tricks, you know, because you can use dash to take things out.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about all that stuff.
Yeah, so sometimes you got to do that crap. All right, is that it, dude? I don't want to take all your.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I was just happy to talk. So yeah, good shit, man. I was glad that we were able to discuss this. This is an interesting topic. So if you feel like you ever want to talk more, just let me know, man.
And let those turd throwers know that I'm here. The light's green.
Yeah, sounds good, dude. I'll tell everybody.
All right, see ya.
All right, buddy. Be good.